Welcome back to the Seeing Red MMA podcast. I am your host, Dustin. UFC 304 is in the books. Belal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards for the welterweight title. And in the co-main event, Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blaydes for the interim heavyweight title. Let's just dive right into it because this was an outcome that I didn't think I would see in this main event. Leon Edwards loses his welterweight title to Belal Muhammad by 5-round unanimous decision. And when I say unanimous decision, I mean absolutely unanimous. I had it 4-1 for Belal Muhammad. The only round that I could have saw giving to Leon, if I remember correctly, was the third round, but it was one-way traffic. And as soon as I saw that first takedown land in the first round and how easy it was for Belal, or not necessarily easy, but how fluid it looked and how he was able to get him down so fast, I was like, it's going to be a long night for Leon because that's tough to do. And his pressure was just crazy. Just always had Leon on the back foot, which is exactly... Apologies. But that is exactly what you want to do with a guy like Leon, who is very single shot, plants his feet, counter strikes. You just keep them on the back foot. That way they cannot plant their feet and they can never get offense going. And that's what Belal did. And Belal, yes, he landed 9 out of 13 takedowns, almost a 70% takedown rate. But he also almost had a 70% strike rate where he was landing strikes. He landed 192 total strikes to Leon Edwards' 89, which is absolutely insane. And he definitely deserves the win. There's no way. You have to be completely biased if you thought Leon Edwards won this fight. There's not a single person that I know or that I have seen that thought Leon won. Even the Brits, and that's what's so commendable about this. Like, I am not a Belal Muhammad fan, but the fact that he went into enemy territory, got booed this entire week, had to fight at 5 in the morning their time, and went out there and had a performance like that and stuck to his game plan to a T, that has to be commendable, and it is very impressive, which I'm like, all right, the dude can fucking fight. Whether if it's a type of fighting style that I want to watch is a completely different story. But in this scenario here, he did it. He did it. Like, there's nothing else that we can say or do. It's Belal Muhammad is your welterweight champion, and that's it. He is the current best welterweight on the planet right now, whether you like it or not. It is what it is. I don't think this warrants an immediate rematch. If anything, I say you get Shavkat in there. Leon lost in a way that Izzy lost to Strickland, so I don't think this does warrant a rematch. I say just have Leon fight Ian Gary on a co-main event or something like that, gets that win, cool, title fight. Belal Muhammad, you're fighting the winner of Shavkat versus JDM, or just give it to Shavkat. But either way, crazy performance by Belal Muhammad. Was not expecting that. Tom Aspinall defeats Curtis Blaydes in the first round at 1 minute by TKO. Man, Curtis Blaydes got ran over. Like, the speed was so apparent. Just that 1-2 that he landed. And the 2 missed. He missed with the 2. When he hit him with the 2 and then came over the top with the right hand missed. It was the jab that sat down Curtis. And you could argue early stoppage, but I don't think you should. Like, I thought the stoppage was fine. He was building his base back up as the ref stopped it, but he ate like almost 10, close to 10 unanswered strikes before the ref even got in there. So I thought it was a justified stoppage. And Tom hits so hard that if you're able to get knocked down by a jab, the ground and pound shots are going to be way worse. So might as well just cut your losses and just get out of there. But, dude, Tom needs to fight John Jones. Like, okay, Tom needs to fight the winner of Stipe versus Jones, which we all pretty much know is going to be John Jones, but just devil's advocate, in case something crazy happens, because MMA is insane, John Jones needs to fight Tom Aspinall. Like, it just needs to happen. We don't know who the best heavyweight on the planet is until these two fight. I think Tom Aspinall, like, it's hard to say because Tom Aspinall's fight time is so short. We don't know. We know he's got really fast hands, but he does make a lot of mistakes. He crosses his feet when he circles out. He keeps his chin up in the air when he's trying to evade strikes. He makes technical errors, but he hits so hard and he's so fast, it doesn't matter. He still gets it done, which is the craziest part. A guy like that who's so fast and so good with his hands can make errors like that, and it still behoove him in the long run. I mean, Tom Aspinall is so good, and I'm a big fan of Tom Aspinall. I hope he gets his fight against John Jones. I have no idea how that fight ends, though, because also at the same time, though, you got a guy in John Jones. He fought Cyril Gahn for a minute and a half. Yeah, we don't know anything about how John Jones looks at heavyweight, especially after the 3-year layoff. So what conclusion are we supposed to jump to on this? That's why it's the best fight to make in this heavyweight division, but it's just not getting made, which is crazy. It's asinine that this fight's not getting made, but hey, hopefully when November rolls around and we finally get Jones versus Stipe, they just immediately face them off in the cage like Jones did to Shogun back in the day, and we're full circle. That would be my dream. Just Jones beats Stipe, he's got the belt on, and then you get Tom Aspinall in the crowd. He comes in the cage, they square off, maybe talk a little bit of shit inside the cage there after the main event of UFC, whatever number that is in November. That would be my ideal dream. And then you have that fight in April. Perfect timeline. Bobby Green versus Paddy Pimblett, or should I say now King Green. He legally changed his name to King. Paddy Pimblett looked good, guys. He submitted King Green and put him to sleep with an armbar triangle combination, and he choked him completely out in the first round there. I mean, Paddy was looking real good on the feet there. He kicked, inside leg kicked King Green and then made him react by shooting for a takedown. And when he shot for that takedown, Paddy wrapped up a guillotine, but he didn't have your standard guillotine with both legs around the waist. He had it one over the shoulder just in case if, hey, I can't get this guillotine, I have a perfect transition into a triangle, which is what exactly he did. Perfect transition for the triangle, cut the corner, hooked King Green's leg, toppled him over, and then as soon as he toppled him over, started bending on that arm, but then you saw that King Green, was completely unconscious. And Paddy is going to have a ranking next to his name. He just beat number 15 in the world and in the first round and put him to sleep. Who do we give him? He called out Renato Moicano. I mean, do I see him doing well? Yeah, I'm maybe like being the gatekeeper of the top 15. I don't see him getting a title shot. I don't see him being in the top 5. If they match him up correctly, putting him in the top 10. But if we look at the rankings for the lightweight division right now, as far as who is somebody that Paddy would fight right now. So if we're looking at the top 15, King Green was number 15, so subbing Paddy. You got Rafael Dos Anjos, number 14. Jalen Turner, number 13. Benoit Saint-Denis, 12. Dan Hooker, 11. Renato Moicano, 10. And then, Max Holloway's number 9. That's crazy. Fiziev, 8. Beneil, 7. 6. Chandler, 5. Gamrot. Once you get to, I know Max isn't technically in the lightweight division. He just had that fight with Justin Gaethje, so you got to rank him. But pretty much after Renato at top 10, there's not any of those fights that I would bet on Paddy. I mean, Hooker, I can definitely see a path to victory for Paddy against Hooker. Benoit Saint-Denis, that is a very tough fight because both very grappling heavy. Jalen Turner, that's another really tough fight just because of the length and reach. I say you do a Apex main event. You do Dos Anjos versus Paddy Pimblett. I say that's where you do. But good fight for Paddy. He actually had an entertaining victory. He actually deserved the win this time, so we're good to go. Christian Leroy Duncan versus Gregory Rodriguez. Gregory Rodriguez wins by unanimous decision. Not great. Not a great fight. Gregory Rodriguez just throwing hammers and then grappling his way to a victory, which you got to do against Christian Leroy Duncan because he's very good in the stand-up, as we saw with his spinning elbow techniques and things like that, but nothing crazy. Arnold Allen defeats Giga Chikadze by unanimous decision here. Now, this one was a very close fight. I thought Arnold, in the time, I had it 1-1 going into the third round, and I had Giga winning the first round, and then Arnold winning the second round. And then after further inspection, I flipped my switch, and I said Arnold won the first round, Giga won the second round. I don't know, but unanimous decision, it was 2-1 for Arnold, which is what I saw. Arnold was just very good at pressuring forward, kept the jab pumping. Giga was just trying to get his kicks off, but couldn't because of the pressure, and that was kind of ironic because as we saw the Leon Edwards fight to come. And moving on, Nathaniel Wood defeats Daniel Pineda by unanimous decision. This is one of the only times I've seen Daniel Pineda go the distance. So he's got a chin because Nathaniel Wood was cracking him. He dropped him with that left hook, nasty. I thought they were going to stop it after the second round when his eye was all swollen. I thought they were going to stop that fight, but they didn't. They let it go on. But Nathaniel Wood absolutely dominated Daniel Pineda, beat the shit out of him, to be honest. And it's a great fight. Not much to go off of there, so we'll just keep moving on. Yeah, Molly McCann's absolutely terrible. She's absolutely terrible. I know she's at a new weight class, feeling invigorated, but Bruna Brasil, the fact that her strikes, she might just be really accurate, but she only landed 6 more total strikes than Molly McCann and rocked or stunned McCann to the body like 4 different times. Those leg kicks, the knees, I don't know what was going on there. She was just punishing Molly McCann's body, like just kept throwing him up there, whap, 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 and just you could see the pain that Molly McCann was in. At first, I thought it was another groin shot. There was a groin shot at the beginning of the fight, and then she did it again, and I was like, damn, she kicked her again in the groin, but no, it was straight to the liver, and then she went right back to it, knee up the middle, just bah, bah, pieced her apart. 3 takedowns for Bruna Brasil. I mean, not much to go off of. I mean, Molly McCann, like, she is never going to be a title contender. Never going to be a title contender, even in this new weight class. Like, just is what it is, unfortunately. But we'll move on. Jake Hadley versus Colin Lochran. Jake Hadley wins a 3-round unanimous decision over Colin Lochran. It's a good fight. Colin Lochran, it's a tank, but Jake Hadley is a sniper. That's exactly what he did. Not much to go off of. Now, this is the interesting fight on the prelims. Muhammad Makayev versus Manel Kape. Makayev defeats Manel Kape by a 3-round unanimous decision. This is interesting, boys and girls. Manel Kape had his shorts grabbed. He broke his toe in the fight. And Muhammad Makayev still was able to put on the pressure and grappling and things like that. But for the fucking amount of bad blood there was and how they're pacing back and forth and talking shit to each other, I would have thought they were going to try and go out there and kill him. But then I forgot it's a Makayev fight. He's all bark and all grapple. He's just going for the takedown. Not even going to strike on the ground. Dude, Muhammad Makayev, I know he's won. I know he's undefeated. And I saw this after the fights last night. His contract with the UFC is over. They're tired of the antics. They're tired of him doing this shit. Like, not even the grabbing of these shorts, but, like, causing drama and whatnot. They are tired of it. Dana White said themselves, is like the PFL might be getting a new undefeated talent, so good for them. I don't think they want to keep Makayev. I genuinely think they're going to get rid of him just because his style is so absurdly boring, and he causes so many issues backstage and shit like that. It's like, why would you keep a guy like that around? Yes, he might be winning, But at the same time, though, if he's causing problems and nobody wants to watch him fight and he's not making you money, get rid of the guy, which I'm glad they're doing. Because I'll be frank, I am not a Muhammad Mokaev fan. I've never been. Like, he's good, yeah, you're a good grappler, but you're boring. You're boring, my guy. So, whatever. Oban Elliott, I didn't really get to watch this fight because I was on my way to my buddy's place to watch him while this fight was happening. But Oban Elliott won a unanimous decision against Preston Parsons. Modestas Bukauskas wins by submission over Marcin Prochnio. I didn't get to watch this one either. I did see this one. Sam Patterson submits Kiefer Crosby in the first round, about a little bit over 2.5 minutes into that fight. Sam Patterson's very long and rangy for that division, 6'3", 170 pounds. I think his reach is like almost 80 inches. Is it almost 80? Let me see. No, he's 12-2. So that's good. Come on, give me his fucking... Give me his... Bruh. Yes, 78-inch reach advantage. Yeah. So, 78 inches in reach. That's pretty long for somebody at welterweight, so kudos to him. And then who else was it? Oh, Mick Parkin got a first-round knockout over Lukas Brzezinski. It's the only knockout of the entire night besides Tom Aspinall. And if you would have had to tell me or have me guess, hey, out of these two heavyweight fights on this card, who's getting the knockout? Tom Aspinall all day. I did not think these fat heavyweights were going to get a knockout. But when you have one fat heavyweight that's slightly faster than the other fat heavyweight, you get a knockout. So congratulations, Mick Parkin. Shauna Bannon versus Alice Adrialine. Who cares? Split decision, Shauna Bannon. So that was your fight, ladies and gentlemen. UFC 304 is in the books. Belal Muhammad is now your UFC welterweight champion, unfortunately. But hey, MMA is a crazy sport. This is why we watch it. Anything can happen, and anything will happen. Just give me. All I care about is Shavkat. Please, Shavkat Rakhmonov. If you can hear this, if you're watching this, and I know that you are, please call Dana. Get in the training camp, and go take your strap. This is your crown. You have been the uncrowned king of the welterweight division. Go and take your strap. You can beat this guy pretty fucking easily. Please, Shavkat. Or Jack Della Maddalena, whichever one. If you guys want to be like, hey, you go first, I'll go second, whatever. Whatever you got to do. Just get the belt off Belal. That's all I ask for. Well, that is your fights. UFC 304 is in the books. Again, if you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at SeeingRedMMA. But other than that, like I always say, you guys have yourself a great rest of your day. And until next time, see ya.